Hi learners! In today's video lesson, you will learn the three fundamental concepts in geometry, which are points, lines, and planes. These ideas will be demonstrated and explained in detail to let you understand the concepts easily. Strategies in analyzing and answering sample problems related to the topic are demonstrated to let you gain an understanding on how these are done so that you will be able to successfully answer geometry problems similar to these in the future. If your lesson is on points, lines, and planes, or if you have an assignment on these topics, or if you are preparing for a test in math or a test in geometry in particular, or you're someone who is interested in learning math, then this video is for you. The three fundamental concepts in geometry, namely points, lines, and planes, are not defined, for there are no simpler concepts that would define them. Instead, they serve as the basis for defining other geometric terms. Though they are not defined, they are well described with descriptions based on intuition and experiences. Let us start with the point. A point is described as a location. It has no size or dimension. The tip of this pencil represents a point. This point indicates a location. Remove the pencil, you still have the location. The point is still there, you just don't see it. To visually represent a point, a dot is used. The space contains countless of points. In fact, it has infinite number of points. We just don't see them, but they're there. Though dots are drawn to represent points, this representation is done for purposes of illustrations only. In reality, points have no thickness, no length, and no width. Points are dimensionless. In geometry, points are named by using uppercase letters from the English alphabet. Here we have points A, H, G, etc. This tabletop has countless number of points, just like this coloring book. Now, look at these learners. What do you see? Okay, so you see here points that are connected to each other. These points form a line so long that you can't measure it. So a line is described as an infinite number of points connected together. Physically, it is represented by a long straight mark that goes on forever in two directions. It has only one dimension, length. Generally, 2 points determine a line. In geometry, a line is named by using 2 points on the line. This line is named as line AB or line BA. The symbol of the line above the letters indicates that the line goes continuously on both directions. Another way of naming a line is by using a lowercase letter of the alphabet. If the line is named this way, the word line must be annexed to it. So, line AB or line BA with the symbol of the line on it can also be named line L. Look at the points on line D, learners. Points E, F, and G are all on line D. These points are called collinear points. There's another point here, point C, which is not on line D. Because point C is not on line D, point C is not collinear with points E, F, and G. So, points are collinear if and only if all the points are on the same line. Were you able to follow, learners? Let us connect point E and C and name the new line as line T. What do you see this time? Okay, so we see that line D and line T cross or intersect each other, and they intersect at point E. Remember these, learners, when lines intersect, they intersect at a point. Now look at this. What do we have here? Yes, we have a plane. A plane is described as a flat or level surface consisting of infinite number of points that extends forever. It has two dimensions, length and width. A plane is modeled by any flat surface such as tabletop, leveled floor, countertop, etc. Again, these are just representations, for in reality, plane has no thickness. Planes have length and width only, and the plane goes on forever. In geometry, a plane is represented with three non-collinear points. Consequently, it is named by using three non-collinear points on the plane. The plane here is named as plane EFG or FGE or GEF. The order of the points doesn't matter. Another way by which a plane is named is by using a single uppercase letter written in script. This is usually located at the upper right-hand corner of the plane. So, plane EFG can also be named plane S. Since a plane has infinite number of points, it has infinite number of lines as well. Look at these, learners. What do you see? Correct, two intersecting planes. Now, what is the intersection of these two planes? You are correct again, a line. So, when planes intersect, they intersect in a straight line. Look at the floor and the wall, learners. Their intersection is a line. Now, when several planes intersect, each plane has its own set of points. On our diagram, points A, B, C, and D are on plane Q, while points E, F, G, and H are on plane P. Points A, B, C, and D are coplanar, for they are all on the same plane, plane Q. Likewise, points E, F, and G, and H are coplanar, for they are all on plane P. But points A, B, C, and D are not coplanar with points E, F, G, and H, for they do not belong to the same plane. Remember these, learners. Points are coplanar if and only if they are all on the same plane. Let us have the sample problems now. Here's the problem. Given the diagram below, answer the questions that follow. Question A, name 3 points. Question B, name 2 lines. Question C, name a plane using points. Question D, give another name for plane EPC. Question E, name 3 collinear points. Question F, name 3 points not collinear with line N. Question G, name 3 coplanar points. Question H, name 3 points not coplanar with plane F. Question I, identify the intersection of plane F and plane R. Question J, give another name for line N. Question K, identify the intersection of line N and line H. As usual, we begin by reading the problem to know what we're looking for and examine what are given to figure out how the given information help find what we're looking for. Here, we're asked to answer several questions and we are given a diagram. The diagram consists of intersecting planes, lines, and lots of points. This is how we will answer the problem. We will deal with the questions one after the other, determine what each question is about, identify the key concepts that relate to the question, and apply the concept in determining the answer with the use of the diagram. Let us start with question A. We are to name 3 points. Remember that points are represented by dots. We have lots of this on the diagram. We will just name 3. So we can have points A, X, and P for our answer. In question B, we are to name 2 lines. Let us look at the diagram and look for this. This question is easy, for the lines are obviously displayed. Okay, so one line here is line KP, and another one is line N. We now move on to question C. We are to name a plane using points. First, we need to choose a plane. Then, we have to remember that we use 3 points to name a plane. Then, pick those 3 points from the plane of our choice. Let's go. So, this plane can be named as plane AYJ. Were you able to follow, learners? We now move to question D. Here, we're to give another name to plane EPC. First, we have to look for points E, P, and C to identify the plane. Now, we can give the other name to plane EPC, and this is plane F. Let us answer question E. We're to name 3 collinear points. Think first of what collinear points mean. Collinear points are points that are on the same line, right? So let's go to our diagram and choose first a line. Then identify 3 points that are on that line. Let's go. Look at these, learners. Here are the points. Points G, K, and P. They are all on line H. Let us move on to question F. Here, we're to name 3 points not collinear with line N. Points not collinear with line N means points that are not on line N, right? Let us look for line N first. This is line N. Now, we look for points that are not on line N. Let's go. So, points Y, J, and D are not on line N. These points are not collinear with line N. And let us have question G. Here, we're to name coplanar points. Coplanar points are points that are on the same plane. Let us look at our diagram and choose a plane. Then, locate 3 points on that plane. Let's go. So, points C, X, and E are coplanar. They are all on plane F. Let us move on to question H. Here, we're to name 3 points not coplanar with plane F. Points not coplanar with a plane means points that are not on that plane. We will locate plane F first on our diagram. Then, we will look for points that are not on plane F. Let's go. Okay, so points H, Y, and D are not coplanar with plane F. They are all located on plane R. Let us move on to question I. Here, we are to identify the intersection of plane F and plane R. We need to see where the 2 planes intersect. There you are. The planes intersect at line N. So, line N is the intersection of plane F and plane R. We move now to question J. We're asked for another name of line N. We will look for line N first in our diagram and then look for 2 points on line N. Remember that 2 points name a line. Let's go. So, the other name of line N is line KX or line XK. We now go to question K. Here, we're asked what the intersection of line N and line H is. Let us locate these two lines on our diagram first and find out where they intersect. Okay, so they intersect at this point, point K. There you are, learners. We're done with sample problem 1. Those are easy questions, right? Let us then move to sample problem 2. Given the figure below, question A, name 4 points that are coplanar. Question B, name 3 lines that contain point U. And question C, name all the planes that contain points G and D. As usual, we begin by reading the problem to know what we are looking for and examine what are given to figure out how the given information helps find what we are looking for. Here, we're asked to answer several questions and we're given a diagram. The diagram resembles a box, having several faces resembling planes, edges resembling lines, and corners resembling points. Just like what we did in sample problem 1, we will deal with the questions one after the other, determine what each question is about, identify the key concepts that relate to the question, and apply the concepts in determining the answer with the use of the diagram. Let's start with question A. Here, we're to name 4 coplanar points. Remember that points are coplanar if they are all on the same plane. We have several planes here. We will choose the plane at the top and get the points from that plane. Let's go. So these are the points. Points G, L, A, and D. We move on to question B. We're to look for 3 lines that contain point U. Here, we have to remember that lines intersect at a point. That being said, we will now look for point U on the given diagram. Then, identify the lines that are intersecting at point U. Let's go. Okay, so the lines are line UT, line UA, and line UC. Now, we proceed to question C. Here, we are to determine all planes containing points G and D. Okay, let us first think of what makes a point G and D. A line, right? 2 points determine a line. On the other hand, a line is the intersection of 2 planes. Can you follow, learners? Okay, so here are the planes. Plane DGS and DGL. There you are, learners. That was again easy. I hope you acquired lots of learnings on today's video. Let us summarize what we have learned today. We have learned that, first, points, lines, and planes are the fundamental concepts in geometry. They serve as the basis for defining other geometric terms. Second, a point is described as a location. It is visually represented by a dot. It has no size or dimension. Third, a line is described as an infinite number of points connected together. It is represented by a long straight mark or band that goes on forever in 2 directions. It has only 1 dimension, length. Fourth, a plane is described as a flat surface consisting of infinite number of points that extends forever in 2 dimensions, length and width. Fifth, the intersection of lines is a point. Sixth, the intersection of planes is a line. Seventh, When solving a problem, you must read it and may read it several times when needed to know what you're looking for, to determine what are given, and to figure out how the given information helps find what you're looking for. Eighth, when the figure is given, make use of it and modify when needed. It is there to help you analyze and solve the problem. There you are, learners. Hope this video helps. That's it for now. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to your peers so others will learn too. Bye.